Yeah, good day, my people. Once again, Wachukwu Emmanuel on board. This time, you can see I have a lot of smile in my face. Not that anything special is happening, but it's just about the same story about Biafra. And it's not that any good thing or any new development, but it's about every day is a different story. And this time is becoming very funny. And we should keep it funny this time and funny flowing. Now, today, I will read for you people now a new message from Ariwa. If it's confirmed that this came from the Ariwa youth, you will see that is just now for you to understand what I've been saying for a long time. The game have set. The Nigeria you know today is not going to be the Nigeria tomorrow. But we don't want anything bloody to happen. But it's unfortunate that we don't hold the key to events that are natural. You know. So what we are saying now, Ariwa people have set up another message for us, and this time it's like they are eating in the same plate, but with different spoon with the Biafran people. Now the Ariwa youths are saying that there is no restructuring. There will be no restructuring, and what that means. In effect, okay, first of all, before I make an analysis about how and what we should be looking into when we are engaged in listening now, I'll play the message, then you will listen, then we come to dilute it ourselves, because we will catch you watch it, because
copy
the issue of Biafra on our church. I'm just proud in our church this time. More I want not talking anything that will lead to bloodshed. But I'm proud now laughing because they have just done a funny joke. Even in the only light in my hand, even in the any line is just a funny joke. It's just a funny joke. I know exactly that people will with time understand what exactly we are talking about. What is happening now is that they are now eating from the same plate, but with different spoons. Awasa means that there is not going to be any restructuring. Ndi Igbo say they will never stay in Nigeria again. What does that mean? But in the Awasa, their own forefathers nearly they have chopped Nigeria, and they look on the Nigeria one chop, or one Igbo can chop that. Ebe ndị nna ha na-erichala ugbu a asị structure, and that structures here now again ritakwa ihe ahụ ndị nna ha riri in our blood mmanụ ahụ ha mịrị anyị, that ntiwowo ha riri from us na ha nwa structure ya na ha nwa ga-eritakwa that uru. Either the Nigeria will remain in status quo. In retrospect, they are saying that, but they are coming with telling Nigeria must be divided into two. If divided into two, they name other part of Midwest, the South, the West, this and that, they name together that will be, that must, the way they put it, be in their own side of Nigeria, without even asking them. That is in retrospect to say that they don't even, what they believe is Nigeria either remains the status quo, so that they will keep in opportunity because a lot of things will change. That is not even Biafra anyway. So in that case, they are still insisting on the threat. Now we must go. Let's just read what the Ariwa say here so that you understand what I'm saying. You know?
Ariwa youth to northern politicians.
Good.
We say no to restructuring from a concerned northern youth.
Okay.
Usman Tajani. From our secret meetings, we the Ariwa youths have discovered that you, our northern politicians, are yielding to pressure of restructuring Nigeria. We want to make it clear to you that we don't need restructuring. Restructuring is the last thing that will happen in this country. You politicians have enjoyed your days so much that you now want to turn Nigeria upside down against we the younger citizens of the northern extraction. You want to put us, our children's and our children's children into an everlasting suffering with the nonsense restructuring.
You understand what that means? That they have enjoyed their own and now want to restructure. Because if you restructure Nigeria, a lot of things will change. Every region will take care of their own, and they have nothing to take care of. That means their fathers now or their political elites now want to put them into hardship that will last forever. They know this. Once they miss that step, either the Biafra, Nigeria continues with that on the status quo, or there's going to be a problem. I want to finish this thing to make you understand that there is a re-agitation. It's not a play again. There's a re-agitation now about to begin in the north. That is what I'm saying. There is a clash of the Titanic. There is something happening now that people don't, there is a Ishike now, and this is what is happening. We will understand that we can make it work, but it's going to be disastrous if we don't take time. It's like we and our enemy, as only and the money, and at this point, we and also we are eating from the same plate, the plate of division, but their own with cunning, because they really don't want that division. What they want to eat is with a bold spoon. But for us, we don't even need that plate in the first place. We don't need to eat in the same plate. But in the struggle of what Nigeria should be tomorrow, we and the Hausa people are now on the same plate of the country must be splitted, but with a different goals. Our goal is to forever and ever bye-bye. Their own goals is like trying to set a hook on so that our people will start quarreling, like what I explained the other time. The people who are in the north, some idiots of our people who are living in the north, who declare themselves northern Igbos. You know, what all this was all about is to ginger hatred among our people, the ones who have properties in the north, to start feeling sad about the agitators. So why we are going to lose this, we are going to lose that. Although we are trying to explain to people that there is no way you will lose your properties because you have them in another man's land. And in the other hand also, even if you should lose that, if we should lose all those properties we have there, if it comes to that, we should be ready to bear it. Because all we are talking about is not about we now. We are talking about what will befall your children, my children, tomorrow in the next 50 years. I keep telling people that's what I think I'm fighting for. I don't know why people and they so much insist on what they are getting now or what they will lose now. The only thing I will say, I will not be a participant to accepting that somebody loses is their life. I've been calling for absolute harmony. That is a way, that is something I believed about Ndibo, but a little bit getting disappointed, but I still believe we can still get there. I believe that this Biafra we have said, I believe that this is a time, Agareji, Manandibu, as different kind of people in the world, in this world stage. The way Biafra could have come, could have been in a way that they never imagined. I believe what has a lot to do with wisdom thinking. We have showed it before in this universe to the whole world. But maybe somebody will say in a criminal way anyway, but it's all to do with what is coming out from the head. I'm talking about when Nigeria, and when you talk about that Nigeria, we know our people, though you call it crime, what you talk about brainwork, we use it and set fire in the whole world. We can now turn it around. You can always use things the way we can use it to make a difference. As wonderful people. The system now, only the what's coming from their brain, their manipulation from stage to stage, from government to government, from people to people, organization to organization, they work their way through without violence, without even anybody knowing it. All of a sudden, there was Biafra. This was my mind. This was my mind because 25 years ago when I came to Germany, or even before then, when I started walking around other African nations, when you go to places like Cameroon, even when we come to Germany here, when you meet and sit as an Igbo man among other African people, once an Igbo man stand up to talk, everybody remains quiet, they listen, they want to hear what he wants to say because they believed, and I still believe it, but I cannot see the proof that we are great people, that we are different people. But it has taken a long time with Okwono. Here, come to Europe now and stand up as an Igbo man you want to talk. They will tell you to sit down. In the Biafra, in the Igbo people only talk. Our people are being shut down. We can only pronounce or proclaim our respect when it comes to what a man can do. Sometimes we are able because I wouldn't have bamboo anyway. But the issue there is this. We should try to make this an event that will be completely wonderful. And we can do that. But what we are doing now, what is happening right now in the state is that it's just all laughable. And I like it if it's end only by people laughing and we keep going, because I still believe that one day we'll get there where we want to get to. That promised land, we'll surely get there. But what I'm saying is, I like it when it turns fun like this, because all we are doing now is just making a fun of the whole struggle by being in confusion among ourselves, by not being able to understand what we actually need. Because at this point, some people say Biafra, some people say election, some people say no election. And you are telling this to one set of people. You are creating confusion among your own selves. That is what we are saying. But I like it. We know why I'm saying I like it, because nobody's dying. But it is going to be painful, and I'll come back again to start shouting the way I really do. When they start sending our sons and daughters to go and protest for what they don't know where they are taking them to. If you start checking every day is a different story. If you start checking when this movement of Biafra has started a long time ago, 20 years ago, people have been dying. People have been dying. And it's not like I said, that maybe tomorrow or somewhere now. It's a pity that we cannot walk our way through to make that difference, to speak that volume in a way that it will be marvelous, in a way that we will gain back our respect in the midst of other nations in the world. Because when you are talking about getting a nation, you are getting a nation to compete among other nations. And we can see where the world is today. I can agree. People are playing an FSC with rockets in the world today. We are, I'm not my abali, can say. But we can do it. We know we have that ability. The only thing we need is to get it right now, the foundation of becoming a people on their own. And believe me, what our own duty is now is just to lay that foundation. Even up to foundation level. You cannot pack your properties and go and live in that house and believe that you are going to be comfortable. You might always be proud that you are sleeping on your foundation, but believe me, when the rain comes, when the sun comes, when anything can happen to you in the outside, that's what I'm just saying. Our mission is to build a foundation. Our lifespan this time cannot allow us to live up to when the house will have roof, windows, and doors painted, everything furnished, when you can live comfortably inside it. If any of you people outside there looking for Biafra and is looking for a Biafra that is going to be furnished for you to enjoy tomorrow, we are making a mistake. All what we are building is a foundation that our children, the next generation to generation, will continue to strive on. What we deserve here is just the name. the age, the people that made it work. And that is what we should be just hoping for, to create that history. So that in the next 50 years, 100 years, 200 years, because of your name, doors are open for your 4 children. That's what we're talking about here. I don't know what you people want. I don't know what I don't know what people really want when I'm talking about those who are comfortable, because they are the people who are channeling all this, what we call the struggle. Please, if you can help people come to standard, what is called standard, there's supposed to be something called standard. Let's just put it that way. Let people come up to standard of living. The Biafran struggle, I believe, like I've been saying, that makes people get pissed off. I don't mind, because it's not my word. It's just my. It's not that I have to say it. Biafra will come, but not the way we are looking for it, not the time we think it will, not even with the people we think that we bring Biafra. There might be some that will be remaining. There will be people who will bounce away on the roadside before the time. There are people who are going to die also natural death that will give way. There are people who will also die for the cause of Biafra. There are people who will die for the punishment, for the deed they did on the name of Biafra before the time Biafra will eventually come. All these things must come to pass. We have time. I like everything our people do as to keep the spirit moving. But the only thing that worries me so much is the I don't know exactly whether people are playing games or people don't really know what they are doing, or they know what they are really doing, that is playing games with our own people, because that is something really going on. There is a lot of advice out there that you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that this is a right thing to do, even if you're one of these leaders. So why don't they pick it up? It's not difficult. A lot of people have been saying a lot of things, writing a lot of things. There are a lot of places where what we need is just the key. And somebody somewhere somehow have thrown out the key somewhere somehow. Whether by video, by writing, by any means, I believe that the key to what we are looking for has been thrown out there, which I accept it, I understand it. And if you don't get it, I tell you that the only thing we can do that we have not done is to accept everything out there as the Biafran ideology, irrespective of who is coming from, rather than deny or reject things that are coming from groups you don't belong to. Can we for once accept everything and then put them in sequence and know how to deal with them? Let all plans, whether they are good, whether they are bad, come on the table and becomes plan A, B, C, D, and E, and F. There must be people producing all these plans and ideologies. You must have paperwork on whatever ideology you have worked with or on. There must be something you have done, which we are seeing. When the truth comes, we will know. You put their plans on the ground. You tell us why you think this is what to do. It's as easy as that. It's it's a matter of, we have tried people colliding or say coalescing groups to one another. We have had meeting in Spain, we have had meeting in Ghana, we have had meeting at home numerous times without number. It never worked. And it doesn't work that way, we know it. All around the world where you have a kind of struggle like this, there are always numerous groups out there. We accept that. Okay, it works that way. We follow that way. But how do people correspond to make it work, that they understand what actually they are looking for. Because right now it looks as if we don't even know. We only know the name Biafra. Yeah, it's something to know that you are looking for something, you name it. Do you recognize that thing when you see it? Do you actually know how to go about looking for it? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves. Let us stop endangering the lives of people. Let us stop claiming that we know things because we have one agenda or not, because it's easy to know what to do in a situation like this. We all say we are looking for Biafra. That means now we know we are looking. If you are looking for Biafra this way, everybody will come this way. Okay. Bring your plans on the table. Tell us why you feel we will have to vote, and what you feel and how you feel that is going to accomplish Biafra, and what time frame do you think you can work with to get closer or to get to your destination, whereby that is not fulfilled. There is no problem. You have taken us a footstep forward. Somebody else takes it from there. What we are running here is a relay race. We have seen how we come down from Ojukwu to Wazirike to Nnamdi Kanu, and it's still moving on. There's a lot of people and a lot of days with a lot of actions and things that will going to happen. It's as simple as that. If you say you don't want us to vote, we accept it as the Biafran plan. Stop crying and shouting against one another's ideas when you don't know what he really is talking about. There is no need criticizing one another in the open. Why don't Nnamdi tell us, sit down with, why don't we have a board where people, not calling for unity meeting, that will never happen, call a point where people come down with whatever plans they have. Yes, we believe these are all these plans you have, whatever they are all the Biafran way and the system of movement. We accept it. Like somebody asked me now, a foreigner, for instance, comes to ask me, what is your strategy to achieve Biafra? It will be my pleasure to give them up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strategies. And all the strategies I will be giving will be coming from different groups. And that will make somebody know that we are serious, because we have a lot of things we are working with. But if you give somebody just one method you want to go about it, what if it fails? What is your plan B? How do you go? Then you have nothing else to say. Then you are not serious. Let's accept Nnamdi Kanu's ideology of not voting, of boycotting election. But before we do that, before we go into action of whatever we accept, we really need to be clarified and know how we go further after whatever you are doing, when your time frame, because it is accountability we are talking about here. How do we hold one another accountability? It's not only about money. It's not only about how much did they pay you that results to accountability. Accountability of what you say, what you promise the people. Nobody is holding you ransom. Nobody's going to kill you because you didn't fulfill or because the plan didn't just work out the way you intended. We know there is a lot of hills to climb here. It's not an easy road. So even if you give us a time frame, and within that time you did not get it right or get to where you want to get to, it's accepted. But at least you've moved the struggle. Then somebody, plan B, will come. Because within the time we are following your plan, some other people will be following up with what is going to follow up your plan in case. Because we always have to live with preparation ahead of time. We have to be ahead of whatever is happening. But now we are somewhat backwards, or we are marching footsteps. Just you will fall down the way we are moving. Let Nnamdi Kanu tell the people, now, if you don't vote, This is what it will result. And with that, this is what I would do. Or this is what we will do. This is what the agenda that we will follow. And with that, from this time to this time, we must have achieved this. If not, I will do this, or we will do this, or we will employ another plan. Oh, when you na this thing, I get a go mother say, if we get immediately, because this is getting out of hand. People, you don't need to go looking for people to kill them. You only need to tell God that these people are not working for the good, and they will be taken. I'm telling you that we don't need guns. We don't need to come physical combat. We don't even need to know where you are living or who you are or what you eat, where you go or what. It's just about refining it to the highest power and say this is a heap of nonsense. With anger, with bitterness in mind, I'm telling you, people got the power. Believe me. And the time will come when God will allow people to use their powers to clear the road for Biafra to come. That's why I say you have time. We got time. 14 good years. No matter what you are seeing, is all what I told you before. I say it will come so close. You think it's already Biafra is coming today, tomorrow. There will be time where you will think, wow, we've just lost it all. There is going to be times that are going to be so difficult within this very cycle of 14 years I'm talking about. That's all what you're going to see inside it. So my people, we, the Biafra movement, supposed to be structured in a way that nobody in the world understands the structure of Biafra, because among every other thing, that is supposed to be a brain box. That you don't even know who these people are, you don't even know what these people are doing or whether they are existing, that are thinking for the movement. That you give them, we have those people, and these people are not necessarily professors or doctors or lawyers or engineers or whatever you think they are educated. The people who are failing us, who are misbehaving, are those people who have drunk a lot of book in their head. Those people, they are book drunk. Because they don't even have any job to manifest that their book. So our people are drunk. Oyibo own book, so they go and they find where they will use it. Because we don't have job. Because our people, that is why our people are book drunk. Not other people get money drunk. The people who are misleading us, who are fucking up the whole movement, are those people we call the barristers, the lawyers, the engineers. They are not the brain makers. They are only there to use their intelligence. What they are using is what you call intelligence. What you can say somebody is brilliant. All these are not wisdom. These are things you got from school of education. It has nothing to do with wisdom. Although you both fool you people and me, some people believe, people like me do not believe that education is wisdom. Because I know wisdom comes from God. Wisdom doesn't have to do anything to do with your school of education or how much money you've got. You didn't make money because you are so wise. You are not so intelligent because you are wise. No. You are intelligent because you are smart. This is a different picture. These are the two divisions of life when you talk about spiritual and carnal. The word wisdom goes spiritual. Every other thing you talk about, brilliancy, intelligence, smartness, or whatever you have there, goes with, that is knowledge, that is carnal. For me, they are artificial wisdom. They make the smart things we see every day. But they don't create peace in life either, because we can see outside also what is happening. Despite the fact that we are turning smart human beings these days. Everything around us is all smart. Our cars, our watches, our glasses, everything we can do, every other thing with every one item we have around us. But that is not creating peace. Telling you there is no wisdom. All those European leaders, we have the Barack Obamas, the Angela Merkels, and the Donald Trumps, and the Hillary Clintons. All these people are wonderfully educated. Then tell me, why are we living in Anyway, I better start packing, you know. I better start packing. My time is up. My time is up, you know. I just wanted to review what the Hausa people says and what is happening, what is about to happen in our place right now. It's going to be disastrous. Ndị na-achụ na-achụta unu, ndị na-achụ anyị na-awụ ndị agha shot. Ha wakweghị Nnamdi Kanu ha na ma ndị barrister, ma ndị Wazirike, ma ndị, they are the people who are the mad people. In the, you know, when you are the man holding the ticket, when you are opportune, no matter what happens, anybody can, God, you can be called, you lose it. Somebody else can be called tomorrow. You can even be called by a different set of power that is detrimental to everything we are doing. Nobody knows who is who this time, because he said the end justifies the means. Where we are today is telling us that there is something going on, and the people who are in the lead of all what is going on are the people who are just messing the whole thing up. And you don't have to go far away to see it, because you can see it with every word they utter. You see them fighting against themselves. They drag you into that bullshit. I've once fallen into their shit of going against every other one out there without even knowing who people are. But when you realize that we are on this for our children, when you realize that the pleasure of Biafra is not necessarily ours, we are the people who are going to suffer for Biafra. If these people who are fighting for posts, dragging their president of Biafra, supreme leader of Biafra, the governor and the president of Biafra, all what stupidity they are mentioning with their mouth, if they know what the job is, when eventually Biafra is pronounced, you know that if you are given, it will take you time to accept the job to be a president, because you are not going to just see pleasure. You're going to see a hell of work. You will think twice to become a governor in Biafra land, if you know what is coming. Because Biafra, you are talking about human behavior. It's not the kind of Biafra that is going to come. This is not the Biafra that is on the making. The Biafra that is going to take 14 years or 21 years from now, if we don't take time, is the one. You know why I say if we don't take time? Because additional 7 years is going to be a little bit sad for me anyway. But what I'm saying is, the Biafra that God has designed in 14 years to come is the one that the people will be determined to walk. They will be looking onto the unborn children. You will be seeing your grandchildren right in front of you when you are in your table of walking. And when you see these children, you will do whatever it takes to do the job, and nothing but the job. And you take your sweat, you take your energy. And that is what Biafra is all about. And that's what our time is all about. If you think our time is to enjoy Biafra, you know, most of our people who are hopeless also in Europe here are hoping that Biafra will come. Is the only way they have to go home. Yeah, maybe you can go home, but don't expect that you are going home to do the hard work. If you are ready for that, Biafra is ready for you and will do you good, because it's your father's land. But you see all these people who have the mentality or the thought, thinking in their head, who are nursing that thinking that Biafra will come and they will become this and that. You will die before Biafra come, even no matter who you are, no matter where, because the force that is coming is going to only be for 6 months. The time of the force is not there. When it comes, you see what is going to happen. I will not tell you it's come. You seek Emmanuel Nwachukwu to say yes. And that force must come because we have really dealt the Biafra a blow that the Biafra must revenge against the people who have dealt with Biafra and subdued Biafra up to this time. I mean internal Biafrans. Thank you very much, my good people. God bless you all. I remain Nwachukwu Emmanuel anyway. We'll meet again anytime when I decide to come around. But right now, I think I got one or two things. God bless you all.